Imagine the sun has disappeared behind the western desert, the air cools, the last voices fade, and somewhere deep inside an ancient Egyptian tomb, a soul opens its eyes. You're no longer alive, but your journey has only just begun. Ahead lies a road no living person can walk twice. Every step hides a trap. Every gate has a guardian. Every mistake could erase you forever. So how did the Egyptians believe anyone survived a journey like that? Most people think the pyramids were the greatest secret of ancient Egypt. They weren't. The real secret was a collection of magical spells we now call the Book of the Dead. Strangely, it wasn't really a single book at all. It was more like a personalized survival guide, carefully written on long papyrus scrolls and buried beside the dead. But why would someone need instructions after they had already died? Because the Egyptians believed death wasn't the end. It was the beginning of the most dangerous journey imaginable. The moment your heart stopped beating, your soul entered a strange world called the Duat. Nothing there was predictable. Rivers flowed through darkness. Doors appeared from nowhere. Giant snakes waited in silence. Monsters with razor-sharp teeth lurked beside hidden paths. Even the gates had terrifying guardians who refused to let strangers pass. Strength alone meant nothing. Survival depended on knowing exactly what to say. That's where the Book of the Dead became priceless. Its pages contained spells, passwords, prayers, and instructions. One spell helped you avoid deadly creatures. Another taught the secret words to convince a guardian to open a gate. Others protected your body, guided your soul, or even transformed you into birds or other creatures to escape danger. To the Egyptians, these weren't stories. They were essential survival tools. But one challenge stood above them all. Eventually, every soul arrived before Osiris, the ruler of the underworld. Beside him stood Anubis, the jackal-headed guardian, holding a great balance scale. On one side rested a single feather, the feather of Mayat, symbolizing truth and justice. On the other lay your heart. The Egyptians believed the heart remembered everything, every lie, every act of kindness, every cruel decision. Nothing could be hidden. If your heart weighed more than the feather, a terrifying creature named Ammit waited nearby. Part lion, part hippopotamus, part crocodile, she would devour your heart forever. There would be no second chance, no afterlife. You simply ceased to exist. But if your heart balanced perfectly with the feather, the gates opened. Beyond them stretched the field of reeds, a peaceful paradise where crops grew endlessly, rivers sparkled in the sunlight, and families were reunited forever. Today, archaeologists read the Book of the Dead as one of history's greatest treasures. But to the ancient Egyptians, it wasn't mythology or poetry. It was a carefully prepared survival manual for the greatest adventure they believed every human would eventually face. Perhaps that's the most fascinating part. Thousands of years ago, people weren't just preparing for life. They spent their lives preparing for what they believed came after it. And hidden inside those ancient scrolls is a simple reminder. Every civilization leaves behind clues to what it fears most, and what it hopes waits beyond the unknown.